What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have got some unexpected breaking news in the NFL, and that is specifically the trade of Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers. And strap in because I've got a lot to say about this one as a Panthers fan, but I'll try to keep it brief and unbiased as I can. So first things first, the price for this trade. Well, it cost the Panthers a 2021 sixth-round pick, but then also obviously a fourth-rounder and a second-rounder in 2022. Now, in my opinion, this was too much to pay for Sam Darnold, who, by the way, unquestionably has underperformed big time so far in his NFL career. A second-rounder alone, I think, would have been around the price, but then when you add a fourth-rounder as well, to me, that just goes way in favor of the New York Jets, especially because I don't think that Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater, the difference is too much. You're paying for the upside. That's what this pick essentially is. We knew that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't going to have a future in Carolina, and this is going to try and be spun as it's a low-risk move for the Panthers on a player to see if he has that upside left. Similar to a Josh Rosen type of deal. But my one concern is these type of deals for quarterbacks that have had a couple of years to try and prove it and then get traded for still decent draft capital is usually not in favor of the team that trades for them, aka the Panthers at this point in time. Now, the one silver lining for this is that, well, the Panthers won't give away the bank, multiple first-round picks to trade up a couple of spots for one of these rookie quarterbacks. That's the one main thing for me. Obviously, it also puts them in a position to not select a quarterback in the first round, which I'm actually excited about. That's kind of what I was hoping would be the case to begin with. So in my opinion, this means that either a Kyle Pitts, maybe a Jalen Waddle, or a Rashawn Slater will be drafted by the Carolina Panthers. And at the end of the day, that's not too bad. My preferred pick would be someone like a Rashawn Slater to beef up that offensive line and, really give Sam Darnold a fighting chance. A lot of people will point to the fact that Darnold didn't have a good chance with the New York Jets. So, this will really be a good test of what he has got. There's weapons in Carolina: Christian McCaffrey, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore. Speaking of Anderson, he's being reunited with Sam Darnold. But again, there's questions on the offensive line. There's questions on that defense. So this is a far from complete team in Carolina. And I don't think people should necessarily believe that this is a 1,000% better situation for Sam Darnold. Maybe coaching-wise, you could argue it is because he does have Joe Brady. If there's anybody that can turn around Sam Darnold, it would be Joe Brady. And if Darnold fails with the weapons that he has right now and with Joe Brady, assuming that the Panthers surround him with more weapons in the draft, then, he won't have it, and his career in the NFL will probably be done. Now, as far as what this does for the weapons in Carolina, I don't think it changes too much because, like I said before, worst case situation, Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think they're too dissimilar. I will, however, say that I do think this is a slight boost for Robbie Anderson to continue to be the wide receiver one for the Panthers, just because, like we said before, he has that chemistry with Sam Darnold. I do believe DJ Moore is the better wide receiver, but again, there's a lot to be said about these connections, especially when you go to a new team and having someone that you're familiar with. And the last thing that I'll say on this topic is if, I believe the ultimate draft grade on this and trade grade will come down to who is available to the Panthers at number 8. Because if, let's say, a really high upside quarterback, specifically Trey Lance, is available, then I think they lost this trade even more so. But again, it's all speculation right now. That's why we can't quite say, give a definitive grade on this trade one way or another, just because the NFL draft in April is going to be so telling when it comes to this trade when it's all said and done. But either way, look, if you're a Panthers fan like myself, maybe you think that overall this isn't a bad trade, which I could understand because at least you're not giving up a first-round pick, and Sam Darnold isn't all that far removed from, being a first round pick. So there is upside there. And if anybody can turn him around, it's Joe Brady. Offensively, I don't really think it changes anything for the Panthers. I don't think all of a sudden now they're an elite offense or anything like that. They still have major steps to take. To me, they should be focusing up on that offensive line, on the defense as well. But right now, I probably give this trade a C grade for the Carolina Panthers, C plus, just because, again, there is upside with Sam Darnold. If that fourth round pick wasn't in the equation, then I would feel much better about this trade. It also doesn't help that reports Adam Schefter is coming out with is that, kind of the Panthers, it looks like were bidding against themselves when it came to Sam Darnold and the Jets, and then they just kind of continued to increase the price and further, give better picks to the Jets. But again, I think the Jets made out great in this trade. We knew they were going to go with Zach Wilson probably with that second pick overall. So the fact that they got a second rounder and more for Sam Darnold is great for them. And for the Carolina Panthers, until they prove it and until Sam Darnold actually shows us something, then I think at best you have to look at this as a C type of trade for them. But I'm extremely curious to hear some unbiased opinions in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And at the end of the day, if you enjoy it, hit that like button, subscribe. Also, give us a follow on Twitter at alldaypixie. If you guys want up-to-the-minute reactions on trades like this, you can see that there. Ask us questions there as well. And in the meantime, we'll see you guys in future videos.